Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Ari Aster's latest film, Eddington. It's a neo-Western satirical comedy set in a fictional New Mexico town during May 2020, right at the onset of COVID-19. Real talk, the highlight of this movie for me was for sure seeing my friend Amadeo pop up on screen as an extra. I forgot he starred in this, so when he walked across the screen, I started geeking. That alone made this movie worth the ticket for me. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional minor spoiler, but I'll do my best to avoid them, and if I do get into spoiler territory, I'll give you another heads up. The plot follows sheriff turned mayoral candidate Joe Cross as he clashes with Mayor Ted Garcia over mask mandates, conspiracy theories, and a proposed data center that'll use local resources. The film culminates in violence, conspiracy-fueled vigilantism, and a dark evolution of local politics. It's surreal, darkly funny, and painfully familiar. There's a lot I liked here, mainly how well the movie captured the mob mentality and rage that shaped 2020. That was easily the most polarizing year of the 2000s, and there was a lot of reasons for it. Quarantine mandates and lockdowns altered social interactions and behaviors. Our increased feelings of loneliness and hopelessness also increased our stress and anxiety. Frustrations and tensions were high, and the growing police brutality over the last decade were the perfect kindling for a firestorm. The death of George Floyd was the spark that ignited protests and riots across the country. I appreciated how this film did a good job of capturing the evolution of the chaos and how different people lived and reacted to it. A lot of people were perfectly okay with wearing masks and following 6-foot mandates, but others weren't. A lot of people supported Black Lives Matter, but a lot of others didn't. Some people supported it because they thought it would give them clout. Others supported it because they wanted to spotlight police brutality. Others supported it because they believed in black supremacy or because they wanted to riot and hurt others. Some people didn't care and instead supported Blue Lives Matter. Regardless of what you believed or supported, there were so many polarizing and conflicting beliefs that came to a head, ultimately leaving different communities destroyed and others empowered. While I think this film did a wonderful job of capturing that chaotic time, I think this film is a bit too scattered and it had a huge tonal shift as it approached the climax. This movie is a slow burn running for 2 hours and 25 minutes. The majority of the film is about how the combination of things going wrong could push the wrong person over the edge. It's essentially a quiet, reflective political drama. But once things become chaotic, they fully become chaotic. Aster embraces the absurdity of real-life events with virtue signaling protesters, two-faced politicians, and militia members. It's messy, a lot of the serious tension is undermined by goofy character writing, and the plot feels very convenient as it progresses. This isn't always a bad thing, it's just a lot, and it makes the film feel crowded as it tries to cram different headlines into the film. Still, I think the core message lands. Everyone played a part in the 2020 chaos, and because nobody knew what to believe, the ambiguity was weaponized. Joaquin Phoenix plays Joe Cross and unsurprisingly does a fantastic job. He's the cautionary tale at the heart of this film. He kind of represents a libertarian POV with his skepticism of federal mandates and independent pride. His slow descent into a psychotic break or radicalization, whatever you want to call it, is what makes him compelling. He's not an evil guy, he's scared, confused, and grasping for control just like everyone else was during that time. Joaquin is perfect at playing these kinds of characters, and I loved seeing him in this role. That said, I would genuinely love to see him branch out into other roles that don't require him to be or become a crazy guy. Pedro Pascal plays Mayor Garcia, Joe's ideological foil. He's a progressive politician who believes in civic responsibility. He's idealistic and passionate, but he's also often arrogant and dismissive. I think Pedro's charm is worn off on me, and I'm tired of seeing him in every movie and every show, but he's actually a great addition to this one. He looks and acts like a politician, and he feels deeply human. He also has a douchebag son who rebels against him and snakes his friends. I appreciated their father and son relationship because it goes to show that no matter how put together someone may seem, everybody still has problems. Emmastone plays Louise, Joe's wife, and I didn't care for her. She was an annoying character during the entire film, and she put in zero effort into her marriage with Joe. She treats him like a loser and lets her mother Dawn influence her and disrespect him. She's also a cautionary tale that the wrong years and the wrong company can quickly lead you astray with conspiracy theories. Another character I thought was pointless was Austin Butler's Vernon Jefferson Peak. He's in the movie for like 2, I guess you could say 3 scenes. Vernon and Louise just aren't impactful in this movie and feel like bloat that could have been trimmed. They were distracting and uncompelling characters whose arcs didn't really go anywhere important. Deirdre O'Connell plays Dawn, Louise's mother. She's actually an interesting character because she is an avatar of conspiracy. She perfectly represents how older generations fueled by isolation and a lack of digital literacy were drawn into alternate realities and Reddit threads. She was also a bit of a distraction in this movie and didn't have a very satisfying character arc, but she was much more compelling than Louise and Vernon. The other character who I really liked was Michaelward's Michael. He's Joe's deputy, a young black officer who supports his sheriff even during the madness. He's just a guy that wants to do the right thing. He's very nuanced because he doesn't necessarily know what the right thing is. He does his job as an officer but recognizes that the police are flawed. He's the underrated character in this film because he represents the everyday person at the time who wasn't interested in virtue signaling or proving that they were right. He's a quiet guy and just does does what he thinks is right. Filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, visually things are sun-baked. I like the wide-angle lenses and long static takes with natural lighting. I also really love the unique Pueblo Revival architecture. Everyone has a beautiful home and the town is real with the dust and tan orange hues. The music in the film is also good. It walks a good tightrope between minimalism and full-on psychological collapse. It mimics the noise, confusion, and emotional overload of 2020, but it also never feels overdone and leaves plenty of moments for the sound design and actors to carry the narrative forward. As an example, I love that during the climax, Joe's breathing started to get more ragged and ragged. Other than his breathing, things were silent, and that helped add gravitas to the situation. There are plenty of other great moments like this in the film to help ground it. Eddington is a bold, messy, and polarizing film, intentionally so. It captures a specific moment in time with eerie precision, highlighting just how unhinged and divided 2020 really was. While the pacing drags and the tonal whiplash might lose some viewers, I think Ari Aster successfully delivers a raw reflection of how misinformation, fear, and disconnection reshaped communities and identities. Some characters and subplots didn't work for me, and the narrative definitely feels bloated in parts, but at its core, this movie isn't about clean storytelling. It's about cultural chaos. Whether you love or hate it, Eddington will spark conversation, and for me personally, seeing my guy Amadeo Arzola on screen was the best plot twist of all. If you want to revisit a tumultuous time in our lives, then I can recommend Eddington. Thank you for listening to my review of Eddington. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.